Hey guys, Jag, it's been a while since I came and did any of these videos. So I've done one of my jobs, dropped my kids off at school, and now I'm gonna go and catch up with a guy called Christian Oakley. He runs a martial art academy in Melbourne's West. One of the great guys. He's one of those guys who you love to go out and have a coffee with. And today we're going to just have a chat with him and see what he's up to, what he does, and how come he made one of the best martial art academy in this side of the world. And let's go turn on some lights. This is where I work. This is my office right here, and this is where everyone watches me on my office. So this is our secondary mat area. We do our private lessons up here. Sometimes we split the classes up depending on what's going on. This is where I sit down, where the parents sit down and watch, or I'll have meetings and stuff like that. Look at this place, it's pretty cool. How long have you been here?
In here, I've been here for just over 8 years.
Over a year.
Yeah, just over 8 years.
Nice. Look, I know you from last about a year now.
Yep.
Yeah.
About a year. Yep.
About a year, and I've seen the effort you put in at this place, right? The dedication, the effort, and the time you spend to teach the kids.
Yes.
Where does that passion come from?
I'm a big kid myself.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a big kid myself. Absolutely. It's passion comes from my childhood.
Yeah.
It's what I feel, and it comes to a disconnect between parents and kids.
Yeah.
And it's no fault of anyone's. It's just a natural disconnect. And I see it. I've seen it when I was a kid, and I still see it today. Is that when a parent talks to a child, you're not paying attention, you're not listening, all that sort of stuff that we slept with. They always don't listen. They never listen to me. How old's your child? He's 6, and I just went, okay. He's not going to listen. But let me tell you, they're paying attention. Yeah. And if you keep telling them they're not listening, they're not going to listen to you anymore.
True.
Yeah, because it's just white noise.
And that's what you're based on that as well, right?
Just that alone. And that's my passion, is to bring the reconnection back.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, to bring that reconnection back.
So connect parents with the kids.
Connect parents with the kids, even with adults, with their childhood, because we're all victims of our own childhood, or representations of our own childhood. Yeah. And it's reconnect with that and recognise that that's that's what made us today. Yeah. Don't blame it, embrace it. Yeah. So that's what I'm passionate about.
So how long you been on this journey of martial art?
Martial arts in particular, when the Karate Kid came out in the early 80s.
All right. Okay.
That's the inspiration. But that was kind of like wax on, wax off. And, and there was a few bullies I wanted to beat up. But I didn't start until I left home. That was when I left home when I was 17. Yeah. And that's when I first started martial arts when I was 17, so 1988.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where did you learn all that?
Martial arts?
The martial arts,
I learnt it in scout halls and a big location out at Bayswater. Yeah. It was a Shotokan karate school. Yeah. I did that for about 14, 15 years. And then just went, didn't want to do that anymore. A few of my black belts said to me, why don't you go and run your own school? And I just went, no, I don't want to run my own school. So I don't want that responsibility. I don't want my name across the front of the school. I think that was just, I just didn't want that godlike thing that some people have. There's nothing wrong with that. That's their own prerogative. And then they said, well, let's help you run a martial arts school. I said, great, because I don't know what to do. I have no idea. And this is where I am today, is not because of everything that I do or everything I know, it's because of other people. Yep. So my wife, some of my best friends, who all pitched in and helped out. So it's awesome. This is where this came from. It is because of these people.
So when there was probably a time when you actually worked for somebody else, right, before this journey.
Yes.
When you open up your own school.
Yes.
So take me back to that time when you were working for somebody else, but you loved what you do now, right? This was the passion.
Yeah.
So the transition from that space, owning your own business, right, running this academy and all that, how that happened, and was it like a process you gone through? Was just like you woke up one day and you said, "F it, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to open up my own school."
Pretty close. But I've been working as a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, full time as a chef.
Wow. Okay.
I've been working from 5:30 in the morning to 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to my part-time schools and I'll run martial art classes from 5 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night. And I did that for a few years.
Yeah.
And then when I left that school, I had a bit of a break. And then we decided to open up the school. I was still working long hours, so up to 60 hours a week. So when I opened up my school, we opened up with 5 schools.
Wow.
5 instead of 1. We did 5. We thought we'd just try and hit everyone all at once. So anyway, that dwindled down to this one.
Yeah.
But it was a time there. I think it was about 2006.
Yeah.
I think it was about a year or two after we started as a business, which is 2005. It was that time when you just wake up and I just went, this is, I don't want to be working for someone else anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it was about 6 to 12 months where when I left my job, where we just weren't making any money at all. So we were just we were scraping through, just barely paying myself, and then after that it started picking up, and then we opened up here in 2010, end of 09 and 10, and then haven't looked back since.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest key elements that we picked up running those 5 academies, separate schools, was the passion and care factor that we have and the nurturing of our students. I think that was quite valuable. So it didn't become a numbers game for us.
Wow.
With business it is a numbers game, and I clearly understand that, and you've got to get the numbers in and all about that. But after being here full time 2 or 3 years, just going, we just don't want to make it a numbers game. We want to have a positive effect on every person who walks through that door. And as you know, within business, you walk through a door, the first 3 seconds, people judge who you are.
Yeah.
So you want cleanliness, you want the smell good,
True.
you want people to greet you.
True.
It's like you want to make you feel like you're a human being.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone is, for fuck's sake. You're a human being, not a number.
True. When you started here, you probably have very few students, right?
Yep.
And what's your number look like now?
80 students, 60 to 80 students when we came here.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at currently at about 240.
240.
Currently, yeah.
Wow.
The biggest number we've had was 280.
Wow.
We found it really hard to facilitate that many people with the amount of resources we had at the time.
Yep.
So now we have good resources and we're growing slowly.
Yep.
But our limit's about 270, I think. So, yeah.
So, talk to the people, right? This is one of the biggest things I learned, right? This is what you just talked about earlier. That time when you wanted to start your own business and the thought process coming through, you don't want to work for somebody else. What was the tipping point?
I think it was my attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it was me, just me.
Yeah, because circumstance stayed as is, right?
Yep.
Nothing probably changed from that side.
I was making good money.
Yeah. That's the more comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
Most of us in that comfort zone because we make a lot of good money and money is very easy and we stay in the comfort zone. And getting out of the comfort zone is always hard.
Correct.
So how did you do that?
There's a lot of points, I think, through my history where I've just jumped. I kind of trusted my gut instinct. I kind of trusted in my skill. I trusted in the moment.
Yeah.
And I trusted in being able to deliver. So there's not much in my past that I've failed at, because if I fail at something, I'll go and make it work.
Yeah.
I'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't give up. Just keep going. Drive.
Yes.
Until I get it. Until I get what I want, and then okay, what's next? Do the next one.
Yep.
So it's scary. I do remember when I was standing on the floor downstairs.
Yeah.
There was no floors, it was a concrete floor. This place was empty. It was a shell.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I was looking. In my head, I'm like, how the fuck am I going to fill this place?
Yeah.
Where am I filling? It's like a million cars drive past every week.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, how the fuck am I going to fill this place? So I've got location. So that was one of the location. But still, it's in your head, that sense of doubt. And it's that fear.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? Okay, this has to work.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you've jumped in the middle of the ocean and you've got to swim back.
Yeah.
You have to make it work.
True.
You know?
True.
Of course, you've got your currents, but you've got to find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that.
So what's so now you've got quite a lot of staff as well to help you out with all this journey.
Yeah.
How many people do you have now at the moment to help you with what are you doing? 11 people.
Yeah, including myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That started from zero. And
from
me,
me,
like yourself.
me, my wife, and my best mate.
Yeah.
And a couple of black belt advisors as well. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who's been? We're talking about advisors now. So who's been the advisor in your life so far? Who did you look up to?
Who did I look up to?
Yeah.
My wife has been my advisor.
Yeah.
She's been my biggest rock.
Yeah.
You know, so both as my support and what's in my way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's a lot of people that I look up to, but I don't focus on one person.
Yep.
Because I don't believe that one person is going to solve all my problems, whatever they are.
Yeah.
So by listening to everybody's story, makes it quite significant with what you choose to do. You don't have to listen to one person.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to that person.
So who do you listen to? Do you have some names?
I listen to Gary Vee.
Yep.
I mean, I just listen to what he has to say. I only just started hearing about him May last year.
Yeah.
One of my mates posted a video on his page, and it was something about don't accept your bullshit.
Yep.
And stop listening to your mum. And I went, I was doing that a long time ago, and it's kind of gave me permission. You know, it's because I could hear in everybody's dialogue that they're complaining and they're whinging, and it's like I just couldn't put my finger on it. And when I listened to that, I just went, okay, you've given me permission to start doing that now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just that one thing. Before that, I just couldn't find a connection with many, because I might read different books and listen to different podcasts and all that sort of gear. Used to be a couple other martial artists over in Dynamic Duo. We call them Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
But they're over in Perth. I used to listen to their podcasts. So I listen to bits and pieces about what they're doing. Most of the stuff that they're talking about, I'm already on. I was just looking for that next level. And Gary Vee gave me pretty much by listening to him, allowed me to give myself permission to go to the next level.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking for something else.
Excellent.
Yeah,
There's always a next step.
Yeah.
There's always a next step. I remember that when I started this journey, and my first mentor, or I put Jim Rohn was my first one of the guys which I started to listen.
Yeah.
And Jim Rohn sort of moved me into Dr. Wayne Dyer, and from Dr. Wayne Dyer to Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins to Gary Vee to Richard Brunson. Like all these people, I started listening.
Yeah.
But now I wouldn't say just one person now, but there's a lot of people contribute or provide the resource which help.
Well, as you could probably relate to, through your early 20s, you sort of idolise one person.
Yeah.
And you go through, there's many faces that come to me, not many names. But yeah, one person did stick out, and that was Tony Robbins, and also who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, he stuck out as well.
Yeah.
So those particular two people
These
stuck
are
out for me.
Pioneer of personal development. Like
They are.
They started from that. Like I remember that there was a time when you had Zig Ziglar,
Yes.
and you had a time with Jim Rohn. What they did is it's just like pure motivation. Like you just listen to them, you feel motivated.
Yeah.
But when the time of the Tony Robbins started, they started talking about strategies. they started to lay out, this is what you need to do step by step to get to where you want to do. Just not motivation, but also some steps as well. But then social media started, a lot of other players came in place as well.
Yeah.
From, do you read books?
I do read books, mostly audios.
Okay.
So there's one I just finished listening to twice. Oh my god, the name's just escaped me.
That's right.
The Power Thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what else? There was another one. 5 Love Languages.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. The seven Habits of Stephen Covey. Yeah. So 7 Habits of Highly Successful People.
Yeah.
I've read quite a lot of them. There's a guy, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I can't remember the guy who.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it. Have you read or listened to a book called The Art of Learning?
No.
I recommend that for you, especially
there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Art of Learning is done by, I can't remember the name of the guy. He was a chess champion, and then he became, wasn't a martial art, but similar type, which he started after he became chess champion.
Okay.
And then he said, okay, I need to become number one here. This one as well. So he became number one of the, firstly chess number one, Grand Slam in that number one, master, whatever they call it. Mm-hmm. And then he started that journey as well, like a martial art type, can't remember the name of that game. But then he became number one in that as well. He lives in the US and they made a movie, similar movie on him as well called Finding Bobby Fischer. I don't know if you've seen that movie. And it's called he wrote a book later down the track called The Art of Learning. Mm-hmm. And cool. Exactly talking principles, how you can learn and become number one in the world. And whatever you do, whatever it might be.
There's so many choices to become the number one.
Yeah. So it was pretty good. But coming back to that, where you're planning now, right? So this is what you do today. I'm assuming that's not, this is not it. Where you want to take this place to?
I do believe we can duplicate what we've got here.
Yep.
I do believe we can do that. The key is, I think, is to find the right people.
Yep.
That's going to be a forever thing. So you kind of need to go kind of trusting one person that they're able to pick up certain things about what we do here, and hopefully they can implement it somewhere else.
Yep.
So that's kind of where we're at the moment. We've got a couple of good instructors who could possibly go out and open up their own academies. So that really depends on, I suppose it depends on them.
Yeah.
So we've got all the facilities here and all the I suppose the training programs. They've got the skills. They just need to take the jump, which is a scary jump.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is a scary jump.
Using YouTube, there's all these social media platforms and so, but there's still relevance in what he's talking about, and that's what I kind of listen to what he's saying in the way he gets a particular result from somebody's dream or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So what have you done? Nothing. What are you doing about it? Nothing. Then what the fuck are you talking to me for?
The best thing is, one of the things which really stuck to me, and I apply it every day, and this applies to everybody as well. I was really scared when I started doing this stuff, right? I was very, very scared.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time trying to find content. Like, how do I generate content? So something he said which really resonated to me, and probably that one line completely changed my life. That one line was, stop wasting time trying to create content. Stop wasting time. It was like, holy crap, what do I do? And he said, stop wasting time trying to create content, document everything.
Yep.
And I was like, document everything, then it sort of changes everything.
Because you're documenting what you're doing.
What I'm doing, right? We're just chatting and we're just putting this camera in front of us and we're just having a chat.
You put it up and people, that's it.
And I don't need to think to create this conversation. This is how we would have spoken if we just gone out and had a coffee. And this is what we're doing. And what we're doing is, on top of that, we're just recording this.
Yeah. How long have you been doing your podcast?
Not even 4 months.
Wow, that's good.
Not even 4 months.
You seem like a natural.
The reason I do it is just because I had a problem, and I've given myself a solution. and I thought there is going to be a problem like me. A lot of people are going to be. I did a YouTube channel, but I had a problem that I couldn't even watch my videos because I didn't have 1 hour sitting and watching my own videos. And I said, the target market I have is the people who are busy people. They're not going to have a time sit there watching YouTube videos. I mean, I'm not targeting teenager or the kids who have sitting iPad, they're watching. I'm talking busy people. They don't have time. They can give you snippets, which is good, but they don't have time. When do they have time? When they drive.
When they're driving, or when they're sitting on the train,
on something, or doing something, have their earpods in their ears, and then they just listen. So I said, okay, I need to convert that everything I do into a podcast.
Well done.
And I started doing it, and that worked really well. And in last 30 days, I've got about 500 times been downloaded so far.
That's good.
And it's not even close to. I haven't started doing anything. I'm just putting stuff. It's nothing.
I'm not something.
It's something. But I'm not putting any sort of advertisement. There is no sponsors. There's nothing at all. It's just like people you and me chatting.
Sure.
It's like that.
But it's natural.
It's
natural. And that's what people want.
But one of the things which I want to talk to you about, it's I think, I don't know if you face that challenge. Your clients are mom and dads.
Yes.
Like in your business, right? And you're delivering service to the kids. And the people who getting the service from your business, they are kids, and you're training them.
Yes.
But the people who are paying, they're not the kids, the parents paying. So these kids who are your clients, who customer you're serving, have a different expectation, or probably some of them don't even have any expectation. You generate expectation. Parents have different expectation. They want kids to be doing something totally different. Kids might not even like to do it. Do you have a challenge where you're seeing parents want you to do something in different way? They want next level. They want belt for their kids. They want to say that no, my kid's been on white belt from last 6 months, and he's not going to yellow belt. Why don't you just do it? Like all that sort of.
Why don't you let my child get a stripe? Why hasn't my child got a stripe? Why don't you let him go for his belt? My child's good enough.
What's going on? So
how do I deal with that?
Yes, how do you deal with that?
First of all, I deal with it with patience. Because I'm a parent myself, I come from that place. I'm like, why isn't my child good enough? Let me tell you, 100% is that every child is good enough. The trick is to help the child believe it.
True.
That's the trick.
That's a trick.
If you can do that, the child's got a lot more hope than it has currently.
True.
The tricky part, though, with the connection with that, is that the parent thinks that they're so good enough and has that high expectation of this child. The child knows that they unconsciously, maybe deep within the soul, they know they can't reach it because the expectation's too high. So why bother?
Why bother trying?
Why bother trying? And it's like, you get, and parents will probably relate to this. You can hear it with your own parents. You're not paying attention. You're not listening. You're not sitting still. Sit up straight. Do this. Do that. And all these do's. You expect a child to be able to do that. But how do you get them to do it without telling them to do it? And I think that's the key. By getting, I tell the parent, your child is good enough already, and you have to accept that. Now he can grow. But if you put the lid on top of him, he's not going to grow and he's going to go against you. So how do we get that child to the yellow belt? How do we get that child to the next belt level? You have to accept the way he is or she is and work with that. And when that child goes, I'm okay as I am, it's so much easier. And then they go, okay, and then they start developing their patience, they start developing their skills, they start developing their confidence, and then you see, and their discipline, and then you start seeing them grow, and it's like, and the parents go, that's magic, how do you do that? I listen to them, and even though we say, I'm guilty of it too, tell my child, you're not paying attention, listen, but then I have to bring it to their level, bring it to the child's level, hold their hand, are you okay? What do you need? Where can we go from here? It's okay to be in this place that you're in, whatever it is, and it can be quite dark, some places that teens get into. It's okay to be in this place. But how can I help you get out? I mean, I'm not going to be able to do the work, you have to do the work yourself, but you're not alone. You're not the only one. So we bring it from there. So
that's pretty cool. Look, personally, I've seen you doing all that work there. One of the things which I really liked, And that's just the way I feel that you take these things, whatever you do here, really seriously, and you are really passionate about it, is you're going out and checking and working with individual kids. I've seen this mat completely full with kids, but what I've seen is you guys and your team just going and speaking to people, like all the kids there, do this, do this, do this, like you checking each row is completely sort of filled by different instructors and make sure that they get things right. Did you plan this all? Like, you know, make sure that there is an instructor at every row to make sure the kids are doing right. You know, there is like everybody in that senior level in your team are monitoring and sort of going out helping kids. Was it a plan or it just happened?
The plan is duplication.
Okay.
So how can I duplicate what I do?
Yeah.
And duplicate it into someone else.
Yeah.
And get them to do what they do really well with that duplication. So yeah, and as you see as my instructors, they're all individuals and they're all very different characters.
Yeah.
They're not me.
Yeah.
But I get them to use, and the word is nurture. The word, that's what that is. You know, so we nurture. We do everything we can to nurture every student. We're not going to keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
But the key is like do everything you can to nurture a student.
Yeah.
And bring them to the next level. Get them seeing, get them believing, and bring them to the next level. Now, whether they go off to do soccer or cricket or basketball or whatever they choose to do, swimming, as long as they know that they have the power within, then they're going to be amazing human beings.
True.
You know, we've had, in the past, we've had some junior black belts, there's about 4 of them that I can think of now, who've gone on to bigger and greater things. They got their black belt like 6 years, 7 years ago, junior black belt. They've been headhunted by universities over in the US. One of them is playing, I can remember he's playing soccer for a reputable Victorian group, and he's hunted for that, you know. So others are doing really well in school. Others are doing volunteering for, you know, the Melbourne War Memorial. So I see what they grow up and they have that confidence to go and do the things that they love doing, and it's very like, yeah, that's awesome. You know, that's kind of like why I do what we do.
That makes it fulfilling, right?
It's so much fulfilling, you know. But it takes that time thing and patience.
Yeah. You
can get angry and frustrated, and you know you're trying to do the Rubik's cube, guilty as charged. And it's like, that's not working. So you take your time to go. Well, this piece goes there, this piece goes there, and this is where this goes. That's where that goes.
True.
You know. So yeah.
So what's I know that you have when the kids start for the first day they come in. You sort of give them 3 rules of this academy. What are those rules?
Listen. First rule is listen.
Yeah.
Now there's 3 elements to that.
Okay, yeah.
Listening is listening to what is being said.
Yeah.
Now I guarantee you 100% the kids will tell you that you're listening, but sometimes they're not.
Huh.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. The next one is listen to what's happening around you.
Yeah.
So it's your environment.
Yeah.
And the third one is to listen within. If it doesn't feel right, then you're probably right. Okay. They're the 3 rules. There's the 1 rule for listen, and I put it into 3 layers.
Yeah.
The next one is do your best, and again that is a 3-layer one. Do your best is do your own best. Don't do someone else's, because as soon as you start doing someone else's, your best becomes obsolete.
True. Absolutely.
The next one is one of the most important rules that I tell the kids, and it's also one of the hardest rules.
Yeah.
And that's have fun.
Yep.
So what is fun? And a lot of kids can just play up because it's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of kids do mischievous things because it's fun. But if you put a game in front of them, they're going to pay attention to how it's being played, and they're going to do their best to beat it.
Yeah.
They've finished it. They've had fun because they've done their best at trying to beat the hard bits in the game, you know. Yeah. So we go, well, the same element is here to life. Listen and pay attention. Not to everyone else, just to yourself. Listen, because sometimes there's too many voices. Yeah. So listen to the right one. And then do your best to execute. Yeah. And execute it to its fullest extent. And the other one is have fun with it. Don't get angry. Don't get frustrated. Don't get impatient. Just have fun with it and experiment. And that's my philosophy in life. And I teach that to the kids. It's very simple and straightforward. It can get quite technical, but
And this is one of the best things. Look, I think the last point I'll take it as well, because whenever I speak to any of the events I speak, all the clients is I always say business is a game.
Yeah.
Right? It's played like a game.
Yeah.
So what we do is we just get so consumed into the operations of the business or anything what we do, whether it's a business, household stuff, we forget that it's a game. Whatever you're playing, doesn't matter what game you're playing, whether you're playing the game of job, running a business, running anything, doing anything, that's a game.
Correct.
If you play it like a game, then it becomes more fun, and you're not sort of concentrated that you have to win everything out of that.
Correct.
You just play the best of
you play it. It's the game is, depending on whether it's a team orientated or singular orientated, the game itself is not a competition with how good you are against someone else.
True.
It is how good you are against yourself.
And
that's what the game is.
True.
You know, so you look at swimmers; they try and do their personal best. Even at the Olympics, they just try and beat their personal best, and that's what they're aiming for. And when you hear them talk, they've just won gold medal. They say, "That's my personal best swim."
Yeah.
They don't talk about a gold medal. Yeah, thank you very much. But they talk about that's my personal best.
Yeah.
And it's in business as well. You might be like, there's martial arts schools down the road.
Yeah.
I'm not competing against them.
Yeah.
I just do what I do best. You know, and it's all about not how much of the pie you can take. It's how big the pie you can make it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you know, when people start competing against each other and they start getting narky, and that's where all the bad stuff happens.
So when
move away from that.
True. Let's talk about the training in itself, right? And you spent a lot of time learning this skill. That wouldn't be an easy time when you were learning and training, right?
Yeah.
Can you describe like the times when you were training? Like I'm sort of talking for, I know that a lot of people with the kids are watching and they want their kids to train and learn, because some of them come here 2, 3, 4 times a week and they train. When they get out of this place, when they go home, what do you think that they need to be doing when they're at home? Do you think that they should be training, like if the kids are older, like 12, 13-year-olds, do they should be putting some extra effort to become, what do you think, at your level, get a black belt quickly, or what's the next level? How do you actually train yourself to get to that level?
First of all is commitment. So you need to look at what is it that you want, and don't let anything get in the way. So with the kids, if they want a particular belt, I might give them 2 or 3 minutes a day of homework. What I'm not concerned about is perfection. Because let me tell you, someone who's a 7 or an 8-year-old, they're not going to get it perfect.
True.
They're going to do really well, but when it comes to self-defense against a grown man or a woman, they're not going to get it perfect. So what I'm looking for is retrieval of information. So if they can spend 2 or 3 minutes a day on going, okay, this is how I do a kick, or this is how I do a punch, and do it to the best of what they remember it, that to me, that's information retrieval, and they're actively putting it out there. And then they come back in and they execute, and then they can go away. And whether they do homework or not is totally up to the child. If they would like the next belt, it's probably a good idea. If they want to go to the next level, they have to work hard. But you have to work smart. It's a lot of people say I'm lucky, and I have an acronym for that. And that is labour under correct knowledge. So, and I feel that's quite relevant to everything that, you're lucky you've got your purple belt. And it's like, he laboured pretty hard under correct knowledge of my instructors. So that's why he got the level. And so I can say that to the kid, and also say that to adults. What are you doing about it? But it's raining today, and I got a cramp in my foot, and I'm not going. You make excuses, you might get your results. So how do you? One is the kids. You work. You have a team of people. You help you. But how do you help grow your team as well? Because that's another part of the job. A lot of those people or parents watching it, they don't see that. That's a lot of effort because you're trying to replicate yourself. How do you do that? There is a lot of frustrations. But you kind of have to accept for people who they are, and believe in who they are. As long as you know that you have the delivery of what you do well, if they can pick up on 80% of that, you've done well already. So it's even like I share my plans with my team, and they say, "Oh, but you haven't got this written down." It's nothing. It's like, "Oh, well, I start with 20% of the plan and then I execute it."
Yeah.
If I can go 20%,
yeah.
the rest of you guys are going to fill me in with a lot of information that I'm going to complete the rest of 80%.
Yeah.
So I need you as a team. If you're going to be a team player, be on the team. If you're not going to be a team player, then you're playing for someone else's team. That's where I want to get to.
Awesome.
I employ you guys
to fill in the other bits.
Yeah.
So
I'm not that intelligent to fill in the other bits.
So this is this is exactly what Richard Branson does.
Is it?
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
but
okay.
This is Richard Branson's philosophy for building a lot of big companies.
Uh-huh.
So what he does is whenever he hires somebody, he takes himself out of that and he said, "That's the reason I hired you." So what we do is normal people do.
Yeah.
What they do is they hire people and they tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Richard Branson says that when I hire people, I hire based on their capability, what they've done.
Yeah.
And when I hire them, I don't actually tell them what to do. Because I hire them, I ask them what to do. Tell me what to do.
Yes.
And they tell me. That's why I'm successful at what I'm doing.
Yes.
So I think you're applying the same sort of principles.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. Now that put that into perspective for me. Thank you.
Yes,
that's good.
This is what he does as well.
Watch out, staff.
Yeah, Richard Branson.
Yeah, so now I've got it. Yeah, so that puts a bit more perspective. Thank you. That's good.
No problem.
Maybe I should read some of his books.
Yeah, it's a really cool book. I think the first one, if you read it, audio as well. Yes. Finding my virginity.
Yeah, I think I've heard about that one.
That's a pretty cool book.
Cool.
It goes from when he started till 1998 or 2000, and then he has got another book just came out about a few months ago. Something else as well with that part too. It starts from 2000, I think 1998 till today. So he's got 22 books. So do one first and then do the other one. Very cool books.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know that you were in Gold Coast on the weekend.
Just recently.
Yes. What happened there?
It's a martial arts seminar where our direct debit company is not just a direct debit company; it's an education company as well.
Yeah.
So what their skill is about getting martial artists together, and rather make martial arts into a career. That's their goal, rather than just operate out of a scout hall and backyards and stuff like that. So, so it's a full-on 1 hour presentations that get done over the weekend, and I took most of my staff up to not just get business ideas, but mostly as like how they can value add their what they do on the map.
Yep.
So some of them got a bit overwhelmed, and I said, "That's cool. Just pick one thing. If you can do one thing,
too much information.
It is. You'll come back next year and you go, "Oh, remember that."
Yes.
They've got pages of stuff.
Yeah.
so it's
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what that was.
So this is one. Excuse me. This is one of the biggest thing. We were talking about earlier, how you train your staff.
Yes.
I reckon this is one of the other biggest thing you do as well. Taking your staff or team along with you on these kind of events and letting them grow alongside. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
That's one of the cool stuff.
I think what a lot of employers have an issue with is that if I teach him to do this, he's going to go out and do his own thing, so I'm not going to give him that information.
That's very bad.
I think that's the wrong attitude.
Yes.
And I want to be able to give these guys as much information as I can, because even if this one instructor decides, I don't want to work for you anymore, I'm going to open up my own school, I start clapping on the inside, I'm going, this is what I wanted you to do.
Yeah.
This is great. Whether you use my name or someone else's name, the fact that you've gone on to bigger and better things, it's like, that's why I do what I do.
Have you heard of a joke? It's sort of in a corporate world. There is a joke. One of the CIOs goes to CEO and he goes, "We need to train our employees. These people need to be trained at this level." And the CEO says, "No. Why do you want to train them? Why do you want to train them? Right? What if they leave?
Yeah.
What if they leave? Tomorrow we train them and they leave." He goes, "We want to train them because what if they decide to stay?"
Yes. Exactly.
So
what if they stay?
What if they stay? Right?
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's a joke in a way that what if they stay?
Yeah. There's the box just opened up right there.
So that's pretty cool. And how many days you work here now?
I need to reduce my days. I love being here.
Yeah.
It's my passion. 6 days a week. I'm here 6 days a week. Now, but my hours are very selective now. But I used to teach back-to-back classes about 5 in a row every day.
Yeah.
And that was tough work. And now I've got instructors. I do Monday. I'll do a back-to-back class, 2 classes back-to-back. One class on Tuesday, no classes on Wednesday, 1 class on Thursday, maybe 1 or 2 classes on Friday, 1 class on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's not much.
Yeah.
Most of my guys do it. What I do now is I work more on my business now than I do working in it. Yeah. But I love getting on the mat, and you see me on the mat.
I've seen it
on Wednesday. I'm not supposed to be there, but I get on there because I love it. So I have a lot of fun, and also to help. I talk to my staff and I go, this is what I'm going to do in this class. Pay attention to what I do. You don't have to do everything, but pick something out. Pick something out that you can do better, or that you can do well. And do that. Do that in your class, and that's where the guys get really good at what they do. And then not only are they watching me, they're watching each other.
That's
and they
awesome.
go, I love what you did there. I'm going to use that. Or that didn't work, did it? And he goes, no. Okay, we won't do that. Even a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, I made a big mistake. It was my call. I felt that this instructor could handle a particular class. I thought, he's still learning. He's not what we call a blue shirt. And I wanted to see how much he's learnt and see how well he can teach. So I gave him a class of experienced kids with an inexperienced trainee, and it fell at a flop. I could have lost 3 or 4 students out of it. I didn't lose them. I managed to talk to the parents and explain what was actually happening. I took full responsibility for it because that was my call. I wanted to know how he went. I just chucked him in the deep end because he was doing so well, being guided by all of us. And I thought, well, I want to see how he goes by himself. So he still needs more training, and he's just missing a couple of elements. That's all he's missing. And he's a very valuable staff member within our group. We value his communication skills is really awesome. It's straightforward, it's black and white, straight down the line. But when it comes to connecting with kids, he's crap at it. but he gets it. He goes, okay, and he's like 42, 43, and he's the kind of person like, if you don't like it, I don't care. But he understands. He's like, oh, okay, not everybody likes something. So how do I get this result? And there's different paths he now knows, and he's trying to work that out at the moment. He's watching what I'm doing, watching my other instructors, what they're doing. He's one of the only instructors that takes so many notes. He puts a lot of effort in. He takes so many notes. It's not many of my instructors take notes. They kind of like absorb it, but they don't write it down. Ooh, so this guy, even though he stuffed up, and because of me, I think he stuffed up, but he writes everything down.
That's awesome.
And I love him because he calls me to action as well. He calls me accountable. He calls me to account for what I do because he writes everything down. Damn it! Which is good. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on leadership? What do you think that leaders are born or leaders are made? What's I know you work with a lot of kids or adults as well now as part of your team, and you're trying to nurture them to become leaders, right? Tomorrow they're going to be doing something totally different. What's your thoughts on that? Like, since you started as a chef, and now you do leading all that, and I don't know if you had ever imagined what you're doing today in like 15 years ago that you would be doing this.
I would be going, how the fuck did you get there? Who did you pay? It was like, I paid myself. I paid out a lot. Okay, so how are leaders made?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Not right at all. But
no, that's right. I think you're not born to be a leader. You're pretty much so. Something gives you a kick up the butt. Something triggers you. It could be anything. It could be a devastating thing that happens. It could be a tragic thing. It could be a good thing. It could be a realization. It could be something in the news that triggers that. It goes, I'm not going to let that. Something happened. Where you go, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to make a difference. Leaders are people who want to make a difference.
As Tony Robbins says, that the destiny is shaped, in a moment of.
In a moment, and it's that, and then when you meditate on where you kind of go, where does it come from? This little spark. Where did that little spark come from? And then where does the spark come from? So you get triggered, and it happens. So leaders come about by decision. I think once you've made that choice, it just doesn't happen.
True.
Yeah. So something has triggered you to be in that mindset, in that mind space. So and that's what gets things moving.
And also, I think a lot of people are watching in that sort of spaces, and some of us, when we start, we don't have that opportunity to have that trigger happening. So some of us, what worked for me was putting myself into the environment where I actually could make right decisions at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So before that, I was hanging out with the people who were, I usually call it low energy people.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing bad, nothing right. They're just low energy people.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with that kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if I need to take myself into the next level, I need to go and work or hang out with high energy people who can actually take me to the next level. That's where all the decision making started to come in, because I was hanging out with the right people.
Yep.
And that works pretty well. You mentioned meditation. Do you meditate?
I meditate regularly.
Yeah.
I'm going to meditate for 10-15 minutes now. I've found that I have a skill that I can be very present.
Yeah.
And I can do it momentarily.
So it's mindfulness.
Mindfulness is like, I can feel my feet in my shoes.
Yes.
I can feel the shirt on my back, and I can feel the air around me. So I can feel the presence of yourself. I can feel that coffee going down my throat. It feels really good. Feeling my belly, it's warming up my belly. So, there are moments where I disappear.
Yes.
And it's kind of like the way I was brought up, I think. A moment in time where you just go, this is my 45 years of living.
Yeah.
And this is my moment right now. And am I going to let that affect me, or going to let it, or how am I going to let it affect me? I can let it affect me negatively. I can let it affect me positively. I'm going to let it affect me positively because, I can carry it as a victim, or I can carry it as a successor, and that's what I'm carrying it for. I'm going to be a successor. That's what I'm going to be. I'm just going to take over the world in my own way. So without destroying anyone else. It's about bringing everyone else up with me. How many people are going to bring with me? It's not about how many people you can stand on. It's about how many you can lift up.
Wow.
And that's what I love about martial arts, because when you watch someone go from white belt, who's just, the poor kid's so uncoordinated, he's all over the place, and then he goes for his yellow belt, and his stances are precise, and his punches are really good. I go, wow, okay, that is cool. Now, I had influence on that. I didn't do it.
Yeah, true.
He did it, and I give him all the credit, or her all the credit. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You deserve that, and we make a big deal of it.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And thank you for your time this morning.
Pleasure. It's been great fun.
I know it's fun. I think we need to do it quite often, because it feels like a masterclass for life. Because if people get to hear this, what's happened behind the scene, and how they can actually apply these into their life, there's nothing better than that. But look, thank you.
Pleasure. Anytime. It's been great.
Yes,
all right.
Good.
We'll have another coffee.
I know. We'll have another coffee. Yes.
Thanks, Jay.